Alright, there isn't much news besides this massive UFC 5 link, and now I know a lot of you guys might not be interested in this game because I don't usually cover it. I don't know, maybe you guys do want to see it. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys want me to keep up UFC 5 content, but I like playing the UFC games, guys. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I've actually had a few subscribers comment in the past saying, hey, I actually just played you in UFC. Like, I'm on the game 24/7. I'm gonna be real. Like, I like the game a lot, you know, and I don't think the fourth one is as good as the previous game, so I'm gonna get into that in a second, but UFC 5 is going to be coming out. We know that there's going to be a preview at UFC 293. That's the card that's going to be headlined by Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya in about 10 days from now. And yeah, we're going to see the first trailer. You know, we've seen some teasers here and there. It looks like Volkanovski, you know, hitting his fist in one of the teasers. And I'm super excited for this game, and we have a lot of details because it looks like that somebody went about leaking it. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you a leaked screenshot that was revealed. I think that this is real. I think the screenshot's real. Could be fake, but you know, I really think it's a real screenshot because someone went around leaking a lot of information. I'm going to break down everything we've heard about the leak and everything we know about UFC 5, but before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share because we're trying to hit 20k by the end of the year. You guys are the best fan base in MMA, so I know you guys are going to help me to the goal. And yeah, what are some things we know? Well, first of all, we have a massive piece of information. We didn't know the release date. I was afraid we were going to have to wait till 2024. It turns out, no, the game releases October 27th. Now, it's going to release on PS5 and Xbox One, which, if you guys don't know, an open beta is actually available. They're going to start emailing codes any day now. I signed up for it. I suggest you guys go sign up for it. And yeah, we found out that this game is not going to be on PC, which I don't know who plays this game on PC. Like, I guess you can plug in your controller, but come on, man. But yeah, because it's on a new engine and everything like that. And the thing about October 27th is I do think that this is a weird date. And honestly, I could see this being a very rough date, and maybe they change it to the week before, because if they change it to the next Friday, that is the day before UFC 294. That card is going to have Israel Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira, and it would just make sense to have it released the day before the pay-per-view so they could advertise it on the pay-per-view, and also the game could help advertise for the pay-per-view as well. You could have a bunch of cross-promotion. Like, that would make sense. It doesn't really make sense releasing it the week after to me, but what do I know about the business? You know, who fucking knows? Don't listen to me. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see if it changes, because to me, I think it would just make a lot more sense if they released it connecting to a pay-per-view, especially if Volk is the cover, because we all know, you know, the whole Islam-Volk, you know, rivalry, so to speak. And yeah, I just want to give credit to Insider Gaming. They leaked all this information. They talked to sources inside, you know, people making the game. So I'm going to leave that in the link in the description, guys. Go check that out. We have another piece of massive news because the DLC, you know, normally these games have a lot of DLC. The last game had Brock Lesnar, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua if you pre-ordered the game, and this is probably one of the best pre-order characters that they have offered. Number one being Fedor Emelianenko. If you guys don't know, he retired recently and considered one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, although did not compete in the UFC. I'm sure most hardcore MMA fans know that, but for those that don't, that's who he is. He is going to be in the game, which is pretty surprising. I'm glad Dana White got some sort of deal done with him. Next up, Mike Tyson is coming back to the UFC, you know, gaming franchise. You guys don't remember, in UFC 2 he was in the game. And last but not least, Muhammad Ali. Now, the thing that I'm curious about is how this whole thing works, and I don't mean to debunk these rumors because I do kind of believe this. I think, you know, that there's enough talk about it that it is kind of real. But Muhammad Ali is actually in a different boxing game that came out earlier this year. I haven't played it yet. I was waiting for it to come on PlayStation. I might just quit and, you know, just play it on PC. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys want me to review that game. But yeah, he's in that game, Muhammad Ali. So I don't really know how you could sign off on multiple games. Maybe you can. I have no clue. But I can see it still being a possibility. I don't think this debunks anything. And next up, we have some big features. A lot of people wanted this. Doctor stoppages, right? Doctor stoppages are coming to UFC 5 according to this article. And you could also suffer in the game things like broken noses, I assume broken orbitals, swelling of the eyes. Like, there's going to be a lot of things that can affect how you fight. And I think that's cool. I think the doctor stoppages is a cool addition. I wasn't one of those people begging for it, but I know a lot of people were really asking for it, especially, you know, when UFC 4 first came out. And apparently there's going to be a new damage system as well as a new submission system. Now, if you guys don't know, now there's like a whole mini game that you have to do. They're getting rid of that. They're scratching that. I don't know if they're going to go back to UFC 3 where they did that puzzle. I hope not, because I was never really able to get the hang of those submissions. Like, call me a noob, whatever you guys want. I was never able to get a hang of those. So I was happy when they switched it to the mini game system because it is a lot easier of a system to learn. And one of the things I'm more interested about, which is something that I thought that they should have done, you know, when playing UFC 4 to help career mode, is you're going to have your normal career mode. You're going to have your normal online mode, but now there's a new mode called career online mode where basically, you know, you create your character, you know, you have a career with him, and basically you fight other people instead of fighting the AIs. And apparently there's going to be 4 divisions, they say. I don't know how that's going to work, but there's going to be apparently 4 divisions you could fight in, and you're going to be fighting people based on skill. So I guess they're going to match up depending on the wins you have and etc., whatever it is. So you're actually fighting the best guys, and then you could apparently win a belt. Like, apparently there is going to be a champion, like, online. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. But I'm saving the best pieces of information information for the end of this video. So if you guys managed to stick through the whole video, I just want to say thank you guys. This is for you. I'm rewarding you because, yeah, this is some big news. A lot of people have been speculating, you know, since basically UFC 4 dropped, who was going to be the cover for UFC 5. People speculated Volkanovski. People speculated Oliveira with his rise over the past, you know, I guess game. Like UFC 4, Oliveira really wasn't, you know, in the title picture, you know. Then he beat Tony Ferguson a few months later and then eventually began, you know, his whole title run. Now he's one of the bigger stars in the UFC. So I was expecting him to be on the cover, and we have who's on the cover, and I'm a little disappointed. There's going to be two athletes on the cover. Number one being Alexander Volkanovski. We guessed this. This makes sense. I mean, he's definitely, you know, rising in stardom. I wouldn't have picked Volkanovski simply because I don't think he is the most popular, and I also think he is up there in age. I don't think he's going to be around when UFC 6 drops, right? Which might be in, you know, 4 years or so. He'll be almost 40 by then, so I assume that Volkanovski won't be the champ in 4 years unless he's 40 years old just fighting everybody, which is a possibility. But secondly, an even worse choice, Valentina Shevchenko. What is going on? Like, why would they make this decision? This makes absolutely no sense. I think they should have actually picked Alexa Grasso. She's a Mexican champion. I understand that her and Valentina are going to have, you know, a fight coming up. The game is going to drop after they fight, right? And who knows, maybe Valentina will look terrible in that fight, or maybe Alexa Grasso will look terrible in that fight. We don't know what's going to happen, and I don't think it was a smart idea to put Valentina or Grasso, but I think if you had to choose one, I think you should pick Alexa Grasso. With the rise of Mexican MMA, you could have really capitalized on that and added her, and, you know, I think that we're going to see a rise in Mexican MMA throughout, you know, till we see UFC 6. With, you know, Yair Rodriguez at the top now, with Alexa Grasso being the champ, with Brandon Moreno still at the top of the flyweight division. Like, I don't know, I just think that this was a very bad choice. I think they should put Oliveira in there. I think they should put Islam in there, maybe. I think it probably would have been better if they did Islam and Volk. I saw some people theorizing that that was going to be the cover. That would have made more sense to me, even though, you know, Volk is up there in age. I don't necessarily mind him being the cover of UFC 5, but I always was surprised he never had Khabib on any of the covers. So I think they should put Islam on there, and I think it would have made sense, especially, you know, the two have fought. These two, whatever you think about them, are the best guys in the world. It would have made sense, but, you know, it is what it is. It happens. But the deluxe version is going to have a different cover. We're going to see Israel Adesanya on the deluxe version, which makes sense. He was the cover of UFC 4. He'll be now tied with Conor McGregor for the most EA UFC sports covers. Conor was the cover of 2 and 3, and now Izzy is going to be the cover of 4 and 5. It's the deluxe version, so does that really count? I'm not sure, but yeah. And now, last but not least, I want to reveal this screenshot that was revealed. I'm gonna put it on the screen now. As you can see, Max Holloway, I think it was the one that got the knockout, and I don't know who he knocked out, but you can see something that's very, you know, interesting about the screenshot is that Herb Dean was able to jump on the opponent, which is something we've never seen in any of the UFC games. So they're already adding, you know, refs interfering with it, and I like it. I think their goal here was to make it more realistic. I didn't like UFC 4 as much as I liked UFC 3, if I'm gonna be honest. UFC 3, you know, the animations, the knockouts, they were just way more entertaining and felt more real and felt more vicious. This just felt like very robotic. Like, it felt like very washed, very PC, and this game is also rated M for mature. So, you know, the previous games have been rated for teens. This is now for, you know, 18 and plus, which, you know, really shows, I guess, they're going to be really realistic going into this game, and I like it. I'm excited for UFC 5. I'm going to be playing it. I'll probably play it on the channel for sure when it drops. Maybe I'll do career mode or something like that. I always want to do UFC coverage. Don't know if you guys are interested, so if you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section below so I know and I can make more UFC 5 coverage. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Let me know what you guys think I should do next, what video I should do next. I'm looking for suggestions because news has been dead this week, I'm going to be honest. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. You guys are the best fan base in MMA, and I'll see you guys in the next one.